Hello, 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 gorgeous humans with beautiful souls inside Just Channel Masterclass. I am so excited to be here. I might look a little bit like a deer in the headlights, but that's all right. So today we are about to dive into something really special, okay? As you jump on, say hello. I want to greet you. I have a surprise for you, my friends. I have a surprise for you. I've been so floored by the way you show up in this masterclass. I've been like amazed, basically just like, I can't believe this. The level of seriousness that you have placed into this work, the level of show up, the level of commitment, the level of follow through is incredible. Hey Rose, good evening. Good evening, Charlene, or maybe it's not evening. It's evening over here in EST. Nicole, good to see you. Welcome, ladies. Hello, Joanna, good to see you. Hello, Casey. Thank you so much. This is Citrine. This is manifestation vibes, but there is a little something for the crown because I saw myself wearing it, this specific one, because I have a few. I have a couple different crystals, different colors. This helps me. I'll tell you about the crown. If you see me channeling in the crown, we will cover that today and why, because there's an energetic reason for that as well. But I was having the vision of myself wearing it, and then I looked at the materials that I have prepared for today's masterclass, for today's part, day 3, and I was like, man, this is next level. There is like something about this color and this specific crown. And I kept seeing it, and I was like, I'm channeling it. I better get it ready. And then I looked at the materials, and I was like, wow. So today's going to be phenomenal. I can just already tell. This is material knowledge that I have never shared before. And yes, I will talk about the ways to take it deeper, which you've already heard of. But even if you take this and do some deep research and do some integration, you can have a tremendous understanding of what we're about to cover here. Okay, Casey, coming soon to an online store near you, Crowns by Katerina. Yes, I love it. I love it. I'm going to commission a whole collection. Nadira, thank you. Good to see you. Shalene, hello. Okay, so I've got a surprise for you while I have you jumping on. And I will make a separate post as well. But I have a surprise. I have a gift. So the level of you showing up, the channeling that you have conducted for our previous homework for day 2, some of you channeled for me, my friends, every single one that I've read, I'm like, wow. And there were some specific things that some of you channeled not even knowing, like a name. Someone channeled golden beads, like yellow beads. I have a mala necklace for solar plexus chakra work, which is made out of sandalwood. It's on my table. It's a little too far for me to reach it. But it's like, it's a thing that I have, that I've been working with. So that's like very next level. Some of you channeled the name. Some of you channeled about my relationship, which was actually quite on point. Some of you channeled about my own connecting and the puzzle and the navigate, like so many things. I cannot tell you the depth of the accuracy. And everyone has been a very individual channel to how you channel. And everyone has been so freaking accurate. Like, you don't even have to question yourself. You don't even have to doubt yourself. So the surprise that I have in store for you, I was thinking today, I was like, okay, this is our last day. How can I give more? How can I give more? How can I give even more? Because the level at which you've been showing up has me floored. So I was like, how can I give more? How can I match that energy? And I decided to extend this masterclass for one more day. So tomorrow night at 8 p.m. EST, I have a delicious surprise for you. I have this deck of cards, which is, let me see if I can pull it up with my foot because it's on the floor. How about that? I have this deck cards, which is the Divination of the Ancients. That is the most extensive deck of cards. This is not tarot, this is oracles. But this is the most extensive deck that covers so many different tools for divination, which divination is channeling. So all the tools. So for those of you who make it to tomorrow's live, and I will make it live only because of the time restriction and things like that. So if you can make it, I will do my best to stay here as long as I can to pull a card for every single person who shows up tomorrow. But you got to be live. So if you can't make it live, it's all right. Don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. But the live tomorrow will be at 8 p.m. EST, and it will also be our Q&A session. So if you've been having questions, if you want me to expand on a specific topic, I know there's one beautiful soul in here who has been asking about like setting pricing for clients and how do you receive clients? How do you show up and you do readings, but you also do it with this mindset of like, I want to work with someone. I want to attract someone to be a paying client, which I totally understand. So if you have specific topics like this, this is one I will already cover tomorrow. So I'm not going to cover it tonight so that we can just basically focus on the subject. There's a lot to cover, but it really is my intention to keep it kind of short and sweet today so that you can really have a takeoff point and have the opportunity to do some in-depth research, whether on your own or in further programs with me, which are available. So details, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. So July 8th, 8 p.m. EST, we will have another live here, an extension, another day together. And it's going to be a Q&A first. And if you can stick around and ask some questions, listen to the responses. And if you're still live with me, you will be able to request a card and I will pull one for you. And it's the divination tool. So whatever comes up is going to be a good hint as to what to explore and what to possibly incorporate to kind of help expand your channeling and help activate it and help apply it to other things. So this is my gift to you for showing up so powerfully, showing up so committedly in such a beautiful way, so courageously. I'm so blown away, and thank you for being here. Thank you for taking this work very seriously. I'm honestly amazed by how many of you are really ready for this. So I'm so honored to be doing this work, and I'm so honored to be able to give this extra little token of appreciation. So a little details. We're about to get into the day 3. I have my coffee with me this time and I'm not late. So today is a good day. So that's my struggle. I was going through this kind of mid-year review and I'm doing a program with one of my coaches. And I was looking at my book of visions, which is something I do at the beginning of every year. And I just kind of set the vision for the year ahead. Now I feel like I'm looking a little green here. So let me just turn up the light just a little bit. Okay, so that's a little better. All right, so it's getting progressively darker outside and I'm just tweaking the light here. Okay, hopefully this, okay, that just looks like it's changing color. It's all right. I'm just going to stick with it. So I was going through this mid-year review and I realized that being impeccable with my word is something that I have to keep working on because channeling comes through no matter what. But the human showing up on time, that I can improve on. Okay, I need to find a golden middle with this light. I'm not sure if it's working, but I don't want it to be too bright. Okay, I'm going to leave it. It's really annoying. Okay, very distracting. The human's very distracted. Okay, we need to focus. So what I want to tell you right before we get started is that current offers within this container, if you've been thinking about things, if you want to ask questions, go ahead and ask. There's no pressure regardless. I really don't care. If you want to do something, you want to do something, and that's your decision. If you have questions, I might have the answers. That's all there is. There is no pressure either way. And in fact, when someone says to me, like, I'm not really sure if I want to do this with you, I'm not sure about the money, or I'm not sure about whatever, I usually say, okay, maybe this is not the right time, because you gotta own the decision. But if you've been looking at some of the offers, so something that I want to tell you is that these offers, the pricing will be available until our live session tomorrow night ends. So until the Q&A and the readings end, which might be 9, it might be 10, who knows how long we will stay here. So that will all the offers in this program presented as they are, they're not available anywhere else. You can look through my social media, you won't see me mentioning them. However, the Channel Mentor Coach program, which is also the subject of our day 3, that's gonna be officially announced on my other social media after our live tomorrow. The extra live ends, so, and the price will be different. So it's currently at $11.11. That will go up. That's not a price that's available to anyone else other than the participants of this beautiful masterclass. So I wanted to let you know about that. So the bundles, the prices, all the things are available until the call ends tomorrow night, which starts at 8 p.m. EST. Who knows when it will end, but when it ends, that's it. I'll take down the posts with the offers, or I'll take the offers out of the post, and then you will have access to this masterclass for until about the middle of July. So July 17th, let's approximately 10 more days to rewatch, reconnect, dive deeper, whatever you need to do. Okay, with all of this being said, we are on the precipice of something very exciting. Okay, let me check the comments real quick. I'm a little distracted by all the excitement. Michelle, solar plexus love, yes. Rose, thank you. Thank you, Rose, for being here. Johanna says, very cool. 4th class, yes. Karen says, I'm falling behind, have to listen to day 2. Yes, but you will have some time to catch up. Okay, watch this later, sounds good. Light is perfect, thank you, I appreciate that. I need help from getting distracted. ADHD kills me, oh my God. I know the feeling, trust me. It's untreated and I'm undiagnosed, but I definitely can relate. Okay. So what do we have here today? So what we have here today are 3. I'm so excited. I don't know if you guys can tell. Are 3 tarot cards. Tarot cards? What do you mean tarot cards? Okay, so we've got 3 things that we're going to talk about today. Number 1, let me back. Okay, this is going to help the situation because the light is not as blinding if I push back a little. Okay, so now I feel like this is working. So we've got the channel, the mentor, and the coach. This is what we're going to go over today. This is going to be explored at length in my channel, mentor, coach 3-week group coaching program. But we will cover the basics, and you can either take it with me or you can take your research and deepen it if it feels right. But these archetypes have the answers. So the archetypes that we have in front of us are, number 1, channel, the star, tarot card, the star. Major arcana, if you are familiar with tarot. If you're not, don't worry about it. The star. Okay, we've got mentor, which is temperance. And we've got the coach, which is the chariot. So we will cover these. So tarot cards are archetypes. Tarot cards are archetypes, especially the major arcana. Major arcana is 22 cards that have an energetic representation of a process, of a spiritual transformation, of a step in the journey of the hero, and the hero is you, and the journey is your life. So when we look at tarot as archetypes, especially the major arcana, we see these lessons that kind of flow into each other, and sometimes they come together, sometimes they're torn apart, sometimes they're restructured. And if we look at the journey of major arcana in sequence, then these look like chapters, okay? And the major arcana journey is what we're doing right now in my Tarot by Katerina Barrie course. So we're actually on the chariot. I got to deliver the module in this card before our live training today right here, and it was such a perfect alignment. And it's also card number 7. And today's what? 7/7. And right now, what time is it? It's 7 p.m. EST, or a little after that. So perfect, talk about perfect alignment. Unintentional, unplanned, just completely channeled. So this is basically the story of my life. But we will start with the star. So we have channel, mentor, coach. So this program so far has been talking about channeling. Today's not an extra, but today's scheduled training is to kind of dive deeper into the coaching industry. So I know some of you, my friends, are interested in coaching. Some of you are already doing it. Some of you are interested more in delivering readings as a professional reader. Some of you just want to channel for yourself. Regardless of where you stand, I am a psychic coach. This is what I do. All of my work, all of my intensives, all of my group coaching programs, one-on-one readings. When I conduct a one-on-one reading, and it's a one-off, I am coaching someone. Coaching on what? I have no idea. What does it look like in their life? I have no idea. I don't even know who they are sometimes. But the channel, what we've been developing in this course so far, the channel gets to outpour. So we talked yesterday about a little bit about how you are responsible for delivery, but you're not responsible for the message. You're not responsible for the message. You're responsible for delivery. You're responsible for the vessel in which it gets to be consumed from. So we talked about water in a bottle, and then water poured into a glass, and then there's a straw. So now you've made it really, really convenient for someone to take in the message and learn from it. Now I can see some of you have been implementing this, those of you who did the homework and shared the reading for me, the channeling that you did for me, right? There is a little bit of a delivery in there. I can see that, I can feel that, and that's exactly what we're talking about. So for those of you who did the homework, I saw it in every one of the deliveries. Even when you just took a picture or just copied the text, there's a little, okay, Katerina, this is your channeling. Okay, you've already put it into some kind of a vessel. So you already addressed me, you already put it in the post. One of you sent a message to me with the voice, like, so there's a lot going on. So you have taken care of putting it in a drinkable container, the water, right? So let's look at this card. So what do we see here? We see this naked woman. Why is she naked? Because her human is not involved in this. She's not wearing clothes. She's not presenting herself. She's not being like, I am this and that, and I'm wearing so and so, and I am here, and me is delivering the message for you. No. She's not doing that. She's just a channel. So what does that look like? What is she doing? She is standing on water. That's right. She's not dipping her toes into the water. Her foot stands on water. That's something. Okay. We've heard the biblical stories of walking on water. What does that signify? The water. The water. You're not getting into the water. You're not getting into a person's story. You're not getting into, oh, I know everything about them and I gotta know everything about them. No, you don't. Actually, you know nothing about them. So what are you doing? You're standing on the water that is their experience. You're treading the waters of their consciousness, but you're not getting into them. You're not getting personally involved. You're simply touching on it. You're using that as your foundation. Now, what is she doing also? Her other foot is on the earth. So she's still planted in her own vessel, her own body, right? So the human is there, but the human is not very much involved. But what is she doing? She's pouring from these vessels, these water containers, right? She's pouring. How is that happening? She's pouring and pouring. This card is constantly in motion. If you look at this card and you imagine that the water is constantly flowing, then you got to believe that there is no end to these water jugs. Because how does the water keep on flowing? Doesn't it ever go empty? No. Because you're tapping into the infinite waters of your channel. So the star is unself-conscious. She's not personally involved in the message being delivered. She doesn't even know the depth of the meaning of the message as it relates to a specific person she's channeling for. She just pours out what comes through her. And so the vessels, these water jugs, they represent her as a vessel. Something that is received, something that is unlimited, something that is completely vast, and so completely without any limits, any restrictions. This is the channel. She's naked. She's not trying to make it sound like anything else. She's not, from yesterday's references, she's not muddying up the waters. She's not making the water into something it's not. She's not adding things to it to make it something that it's not. She's simply pouring out while being not personally involved, while having one foot in this experience, which is get the human to show up, get the human to receive, and the other foot in someone else's consciousness, not going into it, not interpreting the meanings, not taking it personally on herself to know the whole story and to know experientially what she's talking about, but to simply outpour. Now, you have experienced this in the masterclass. You have experienced this in yesterday's homework. You have experienced this in doing the readings for yourself. This is the channel. The channel gets to give unlimitedly, in an unrestricted way, because the message, it's coming through until it's not, and then it's not, and then that's it. But as long as it's coming through, it's infinite. It's coming through and coming through and coming through, and there is no telling what it is about, what it's for, what does it mean. It's just like it's there. And you can put it into a vessel and pour it out into the other person. You get to control the form. You get to be responsible for delivery, but you don't have to carry the responsibility for the message. You don't own the message. The message is coming from the infinite consciousness and coming into someone else's consciousness or your own human consciousness. What are the stars? What are the stars? So the stars represent whatever you're tapping into. Your soul, your spirit guides, other person's spirit guides if you're doing a reading for someone else, other person's soul presence if you're channeling for someone else, right? So the stars represent this limitless consciousness that you can tap into, and then you receive and you can give without restriction. And you don't have to personally have the water in your body. You get to put it in a container that a person can drink from, and you get to pour it onto someone else. So this is channeling, okay? This is channeling. We're covering channeling, mentoring, and coaching. So I want to take you into the next one, the mentorship. So the mentorship is this. It's the temperance card in tarot. The temperance card. So in temperance, so here, I want you to look at them side by side. Okay, so here we've got the channel. You're receiving, you're giving. You're receiving, you're giving. There's no restriction. It's being received, it's coming through you, not even through your body, but you're holding it. You're holding the capacity to channel. The channel is coming through. The more you receive, the deeper you trust. The deeper you trust, the clearer you channel, the clearer the channeling is received. The clearer the channeling gets to be delivered, okay? Now here, let's look at this image. So here we've got this temperance, this angel, this angelic presence. And what is happening is not outpouring, right? Not this, okay, it comes through me and I just pour endlessly. I'm tapped into an endless resource. Tapped into limitless consciousness. And it's coming through me. And now I'm putting it in the vessel so that I can deliver it to the other person. And the delivery makes sense, okay? Here, there is no outpouring. This is a similar setting. The temperance angel is standing on water, just the same, basically the same garden, the same setting. The temperance angel is standing on water, except the temperance angel has the foot in the water. So water, foot on the water. You're not going into what this means for the person. You're not interpreting the message for them. You're not saying, well, this is about your marriage and this is about your future. You're saying, okay, here's the message and here's how I can best deliver it. You're not putting your foot in the water, you're placing it on the water. You're walking on water. You're treading on their consciousness without diving into being them, which is the way to channel. Now, being a mentor in coaching, the foot is in the water. One is on the ground, one is actually above. Yeah, one is on the ground, that's right. One is in the water. So what does that mean? As a mentor, in addition to being a channel, as a mentor, the foot in the water means you know what you're talking about personally. So when you've seen me in this masterclass, channel something or talk about something and then give you a personal story, this is mentorship. And you're not outpouring into the client, into yourself, right? You're not just receiving and outpouring endlessly. You're now pouring from one into the other. So what does that mean? And there's the angle, if you really look at this picture, the angle of the cups, it's almost like the water is flowing upwards. How can that be? How can that be? So what happens as a mentor? As a mentor, you know one in the opposite. It's like when you talk to a mentor and they're a money mentor, for example, and they tell you, I've been broke, I've lived inside of my car, and now I'm a millionaire. That's an example of a mentor. Why? Because there's one and there's the other. And it's like, let me tell you the journey from being broke to being a millionaire. You're like, I want to take it with them because they know one and the other. They know the opposite extremes, and they're able to blend their experience in the way that can teach you to walk the middle ground, not to be broke, maybe not necessarily become a millionaire immediately, but gradually calibrate to where you want to be financially, right? Same thing, you encounter a relationship coach. They're like, listen, I've been divorced and I've been like out, completely heartbroken, and I have now this beautiful marriage, this beautiful family, and I'm just in this place of like such gratitude because I have this beautiful relationship. You're like, okay, you've known one and you've known the other. Now show me the middle way. Show me how these combine. Show me how these flow together. Show me the flow of the lessons that you've learned from your own journey. So the temperance angel stands for this experience of knowing one and the opposite. Okay, here's my example. So I'm a psychic coach. So as a mentor, to help other people tap into their spiritual abilities and lead with them in their business, in their life, in their personal development journey, I have seen one and the opposite. The opposite has been, I've been in denial of my gifts. I've been trying to hide them. I've been trying to be as normal as possible. And I was people pleasing and running around town pretending to be busy just so people would think that I'm normal. And I was making zero money, basically. And I was living in constant debt, asking everyone that I knew and didn't to help me pay my rent. And that lasted for years. And secretly I was starting to tap into my gifts, but I couldn't let myself own that. So I've known that. Now I know the other, which is I am fully an embodiment of my gifts, and I constantly work on them and perfect them. And my business is growing exponentially. And I'm the way that I feel about doing this work is I feel successful because I'm doing what I love. I'm owning my gifts. I'm developing my gifts. I'm sharing them with the world. I'm helping others. I'm teaching others. And here you are in this masterclass, and I'm able to deliver the value for you through channeling and knowing one and the other. Have I known what it's like to channel for the first time? Yes. Have I known what it's like to channel and then your ego kicks in and then the channeling sounds as it's like coming out of your butt? Yes, I've done that plenty of times. Have I known what it's like to do a reading and get no one to purchase anything? Yes. Have I also known what it's done to do a reading and then get like 16 people buying readings where I'm like, I have no idea how I'm going to handle this volume? Yes. I've known one and the opposite, which makes me a mentor. So the mentor, the channel is the channel. The mentor is the one who has walked the line between one and the other. The mentor is not the angel. The angel represents this transformation, okay? The angel is a symbol. The mentor is not the angel. The mentor is this stream of water flowing from downward cup to the upward. How is that possible? How could you have been broke and living in the back of your car and now you're a millionaire? That's one of my mentors. How can you live in a car and have so much debt and then go bankrupt and now make $2 million a month? How does the water go from the downward cup into the upward? How does the water flow up from there? Let me show you. Let me teach you. Let me guide you through this. How can you go from completely crazy ruined relationships into like a perfect family? What are you talking about? This is like downward and downward. You're talking downward and up. How is that possible? Tell me, show me. Okay, let me teach you my story. So that's the mentor. The mentor has known both. The mentor is not the angel. The mentor is this flow of water. So with channeling, there is this outpouring. There is no close. There is no, here is me. And here's what I know. It's like, here's what's coming through, and let me deliver it in the best way possible through these vials. that hold the water until the water can get to you in a way that you can receive it. That's the channel. The mentor is like, not the angel, but like the water. Okay, so I've been here and I've been here. So let me show you how to get from there to here. It doesn't make sense. You think the water doesn't flow up, but let me tell you, because I've done it. And you can calibrate to my example by knowing that it's possible and knowing how it happened for me. So now you know it's possible for me. So why wouldn't it be possible for you? So that's mentorship. Now the last one here, and that's the card that we covered today in my Tarot by Katerina Barrie course. So this one is the Chariot. And the Chariot is the coach. Okay, so what is the Chariot? Let's look at that. First of all, the crown of stars. Look at that. Look at that crown. Just look at that. That's why I was supposed to wear it. So the coach, this is a complex card. So there is no vials of water, but there is the masculine and the feminine. There is the sign of the angel and there's the sign of the cross that looks a little bit like a cup. So this is representing receiving ideas and embodying them. So being an embodiment of what it is that you're teaching. So standing for what you teach, right? Standing for what you stand for. Like really actually integrating that, really embodying it, really showing up, okay? We've got the masculine, the feminine. We've got the structure, which is this kind of like square looking block. We've got the 4 columns, which represent the elements. We've got the ceiling, the veil, the curtain of stars above. We've got the crown of stars, which, as you will see, there is a star right there. It's not in her crown, but it's very much like her hair. There is a crown right there, the yellow golden crown, and then we see the crown right here. This is not coincidental. This is very much connected. So with the Chariot, the 4 pillars, the foundation, the masculine, the feminine, the spiritual awareness, receiving the messages and being able to embody them. Like, okay, here's my idea. Here's what I channeled. Here's what I taught. Now let me stand for that. I've had a thing like that happen today with a client where I'm channeling for the client and I'm like, hold on, let me go re-listen to this because I actually need to work on this myself. So this is the coach, okay? And then we've got the person adorned in these mysterious alchemical symbols on the belt, on the skirt. There is the square right here, which is your physical body, okay? And there's the crown of stars, which is the connection to higher realms, which is also channeling, which is also receiving the messages. But now we're not just a channel. We're not just a mentor that teaches our experience. We are the embodiment of our principles, and we provide the chariot for those that we work with. So what does the chariot itself represent? Outside of all the symbols, oh yeah, and don't forget the wheels. The Wheel of Fortune is another tarot card. And it's just like the flow of things. It's the flow of abundance, the flow of air, the flow of the currents, the rising of the sun, the moon. You can't really control that. You can't stop it, but you can use it to fuel your momentum, or you can resist the stream and go against the stream and fight against it, and then you're just wasting energy. So that's what the wheels are for. So if we take all the symbols, the sphinxes, the spiritual connection, the wheels, the foundation, the 4 elements, the crown of stars, the armor that the character is wearing, right? What is the chariot? What are all these things combined represent? They represent the journey of the client. They represent the journey from point A to point B. So as a coach, when you take on a client, when you begin working with a client, they are at a point and they have usually an idea of where they want to go. So as a mentor, you're sharing with them one and the opposite. Okay, I've been there, I've been here. Here's how it all flowed together. Here are the lessons that I've learned. You're that water that flows upstream, which is, how is that possible? But it is, because you did it and you speak from experience. The channel, you connect, you outpour, you're only responsible for the vessel so that the message flows more easily and is more easily received. You're not responsible for the message, but only for the delivery. And if you can take yourself out of it, the nakedness, if you can take your human out of it, the more you trust, the deeper you trust, the clearer the channel. So, but with the coach, with the chariot, you are helping the client create the chariot that will take them from their point A to point B. And the chariot, the coach, the chariot is client driven. Because you're not just the channel, you're not just the mentor, you're someone who helps them assemble a chariot, a coach. What does the word coach mean? There is a designer brand that's called Coach. What's on the brand? What's on the logo? A carriage with a bunch of horses. That's what coach is. If you look up Google Coach, that's something you do, and it's also something that is a carriage drawn by horses. That's a coach. That's a travel device, okay? Like chariot. So the coach is the chariot. So are you the chariot that transports the client from point A to point B? No. If you take them and you do the work for them, guess what? Nothing's going to change. As a coach, nothing's going to change. They're not going to learn anything. They'll be like, oh, well, nice ride. Thanks. That was entertaining. They didn't make the journey. They didn't feel in charge of the journey. They didn't feel responsible for the journey and the destination. And they didn't get to build their own chariot. So that takes away from their learning. So as a coach, are you the chariot? No. Are you the character taking direction of the chariot? No. It's them, the client. They got to build their own chariot and they got to be in charge of where it's going. But what do you do as a coach? You help them put it together. You help them steer it. Like, maybe a little right here. Okay, just a little left now, because now we're way off track. But you help them build the chariot. How? How do you help them build the chariot? You help them to connect with their masculine and feminine energies, balance those out. You help them connect to their spiritual component, their soul, their channel, their own inner awareness, and embody it. You help them set a foundation for this work so that they have something to stand on as they direct the chariot. You help them realize the experience they have already amassed, which is the armor. You help them believe in themselves, which is the crown of star. The crown of what? The crown of star. You help them believe in their own channel and their own capacity to know the right direction. And then the ceiling. What about the ceiling, the curtain of stars? Well, you help them realize that they're part of much bigger creation. They're part of everything that is. It's all right, Stacy. I will see you later. Okay. So as a coach, you're not the chariot. You're not the character, right? Directing the chariot. You're the one who helps them build the chariot. And you help them steer it. But you're not the chariot and you're not driving. You're support. You help them assemble their chariot. So these are the energetics of channel, mentor, coach. Channel, the star. If you're not taking my tarot course and you want to go deeper on your own, write down the star, channel, the star, mentor, temperance, and coach, chariot. You can look up these cards. If you want to do Tarot by Katerina Barrie with me, we cover every one of these in depth. There is a storyline that we're going through that's channeled. Plus the definitions of cards, what they mean, plus the workbooks, which is actually being added right now, plus themed readings for every one of the cards. There are 22 cards in Major Arcana. These are just 3. Plus 60, 22, that's 78 total cards. So 56 cards in Minor Arcana that also get covered. So we have a total of 44 modules in that course. It is incredible. We have actually just covered the chariot today. So we're on number 7 in Major Arcana. We have lots of ways to go. We're about close to a quarter way through the course. It's basically just getting geared up. So if you want to study tarot, I'm going to tell you there's a lot more than meets the eye. This is a lot deeper than just coaching, just doing readings for others, which I teach how to conduct readings professionally, how to charge, how to exchange the energy, all of that. How to close the session, how to open the session, all of that. So that's all part of the tarot course. If you would like to dive deeper into these with me and go through this channel journey, the tarot course is incredible for that. If you want to dive into the deeper understanding of Channel Mentor Coach, this is the program that you have special pricing available for in this container, which is 11/11, and it's available until our last bonus session ends tomorrow night. So you still have over 24 hours to think about that. It launches on July 17th, and when it goes officially announced on my personal and business pages, the price is going to be different. 11/11 is just something that's available to you. If you want to combine the Channel Mentor Coach with the tarot course and with the 8-day intensive, which is hybrid coaching, private coaching on channeling, group coaching on channeling, and 8 modules on all the different types of channeling and how it all comes through. The clairs, everything we covered in the day 1, the clairs, the psychokinesis, the telepathy, the precognition, all of that. So it's very intense 8 days, and a lot gets done and a lot gets activated, and you can practice channeling on a level that's deeper than here. So if you want to do all 3, there is a special price for that, which is $2,555. And it's a huge discount because just the tarot course alone at this point is $2,222. So if you're considering, you have until tomorrow night, until our session tomorrow night ends to decide. And there are payment plans available for everything. And even if the sample low plan that I offer does not quite resonate, you want to do it longer, you want to pay a little less each time, just ask and I will let you know everything you need to know. So the point of today, the biggest thing of today, is that you got to realize there's an energetic difference between being a channel, between being a mentor, and between being a coach. Now, if you can combine all 3, let's look at that. If you can combine all 3, so number 1, the channel. You receive, you allow, you show up, you receive, you trust. The deeper you trust, the clearer your channel. You put it in a vessel, you deliver it, you clothe it in language. But you don't clothe yourself in language. You don't say, I am this and that, and this is all my ideas. You're like, no, I'm just being a receiver here. I'm just channeling, right? But you put the message in the vessel so that it's easier to pour it onto a person. That's channeling. The mentorship, you're basically the water in between the cups. You're going like, I've been there and I've been here, and here's the difference, and here's what happened. Here's my cycles, here's my journey, here's my experience. I want to share it with you because it relates to what we're channeling here right now. And then you're like, okay, so here's how you build your chariot. So you're at point A, you want to go to point B. Here's the channeled message. Here's what I know from my experience. And here's how you build a vehicle to get you from point A to point B. And I'm here to help you build it. Let's build it together. Here's what you do. Here's what you need to turn in. Here's what you need to focus on. Here's what you need to work on. Let's take it from here. Let's see what happens. Okay, next step, next phase, next stage. Okay. So my friends, like I said, today's session is a little shorter. If you want to do the tarot course with me, we will explore all of these in depth. If you don't want to do tarot course with me, or this is currently not in the cards, so to speak, for whatever reasons, I suggest you write down the names of these cards and do some independent research. Okay, like I said, the Star, Temperance, and Chariot. That's channel, mentor, and coach. So this is further study. If you want to do the Channel Mentor Coach program, which is a 3-week private coaching, not private, what am I saying? 3-week group coaching container, we will dive very deeply into these 3 archetypes, and we will dive into the processes that make you a better channel to your clients, that make you a better mentor to your clients, and make you a better coach to your clients, and how all these energies blend together and what they co-create, okay? So this is what the Channel Mentor Coach program is for, is to dive deep into this and to actually teach you how to do this. Okay, and then if you want to do the intensive, it's basically a private group and teaching hybrid where you work with me one-on-one and you work with other participants as a group, and you also receive information as learning modules every single day for 8 days. It is very intensive. It is very next level. I have 2 beautiful souls that are already in. So I'm very excited. This will also be announced publicly. This has not been an offer that I've been talking about, because the price is exclusive to this group, as you might imagine. So this is yet to be officially launched. But to give you some dates, the tarot course is in session. Channel Mentor Coach begins on July 17th, and the hybrid channeling intensive, which is the 8 days, begins on July 22nd. So everything is accessible very shortly. So let me know if you have any questions about those. You can reach out to me directly. I am very excited for tomorrow, because I know that some of you have questions, and some of you will come up with questions leading up to it. It might be about the archetypes I just mentioned. It might be about your channeling process. It might be about channeling that you did for me and how it was coming through. It might be about how to take this further and what to do next. So come prepared with questions tomorrow night if you can make it. And if you can make it, there is a sweet reward at the end, because I will be pulling cards. And as long as you're still on here, and as long as it's not been like 4 hours that we've been going live for, which I don't suspect will happen, I will do my best to get a card for every single one of you who shows up live. So something to look forward to tomorrow. That will be an extra experience. And last reminder here is that the current pricing and the current offers and the current bundles that are available, you can find all of them in the announcements section in this post with my picture. That's a pretty long post with the schedule and everything else. The offers are there, and the current pricing will be available only for this group and only until our last bonus session tomorrow night finishes. So as soon as it's done, I will take down the offers and it will be it. So on this note, my friends, thank you so much. I know it's been a little shorter, but this is a lot to take in, and a lot of that is symbolical. So if you want to do some self-study with these specific tarot cards and just look into them, look into the meanings, what the process is, the symbols, all of that, feel free to investigate that. If you want to take it deeper within the tarot course, this is not the extent of it. There's so much more. So whatever you want to do, I suggest that you go deeper with these cards. And remember, it's the Star, the Temperance, and the Chariot. So channel the Star, mentor Temperance, and coach the Chariot. So remember, okay? My friends, I love you so very much. Thank you for being here. This is very next level. For those of you who are in the coaching, you might have had a realization or two watching this. If you are thinking about coaching, the Channel Mentor Coach might be the program for you, because I will teach you how to do this if you're brand new to coaching or just getting started. I love coaching, and I do a lot of different things with it. So I have private coaching, I have intensives, I have different opportunities that come up. I provide coaching even when I do like one-on-one readings, or just recorded readings. There's such a variety of different ways to structure your coaching practice and to intertwine your mentorship experiences that you can teach on, your expertise, and also to be a channel and to get to deliver next level realizations to your clients without being personally invested into being right. And this is the most next level coaching that I can think of, because that's the most next level coaching that I've ever experienced personally and have delivered personally. So this might be the program. The tarot might be the program. The intensive might be the program if you really want to go deep with your channeling. Or you might just be complete and you want to take it from here by yourself and do some self-investigation and research and see what else you can find. And that, I just absolutely love that. So there's absolutely no judgment. There's no deeper way that you want to work with me after this. That is totally fine. There's no judgment. And I'm very, very happy that you have invested the time that you have to be here and to be part of this experience and to show up, to do the work, to integrate, to learn as much as possible, and to advance. I'm very honored. I'm extremely humbled by how many of you beautiful souls I have here and how many of you have been really, really showing up. And that does not go unnoticed. So tomorrow, in celebration of all your showing up and all the work and everything, we will have an extended Q&A, and we will have some next level channeling tools reading for each and every one of you who can make it live. And I just had the most next level, clairaudient, frequency sound in my left ear, which is telling me it's going to be a really fun session tomorrow. So I will make that an announcement. There will be post. It's 8 p.m. EST. It's 7/8. So July 8th, 7.8, 8 p.m. EST. So 8 p.m. Again, easy to remember. So I will see you, my friends, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. EST for an extra bonus Q&A and some next level card pulls. I'm so excited, and this is my way to give back for all your time and all your commitment. And the offers will expire when that last session ends. So whether it be 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. or something like that, that's when all the offers will be done. So if you have any questions until then, feel free to reach out. But on this note, tonight there is no homework. Tonight's homework is, if you feel called to it, and if you really want to be in the coaching, and you want to use your channeling gifts, and you want to use mentorship, you want to use your life experiences, your homework is either consider taking the tarot course with me, or if that's not an option, go ahead and do some research on these 3 cards. Go ahead, and you don't have to turn anything in. This is just for you. Do some research. Look up what their meanings are. Look up different pictures of these cards. Look up different interpretations. There's plenty of information you can find online. And I think that will be enlightening to you to understand the energetic difference between the processes in these cards, because there is a big energy difference. And on this note, I will see you tomorrow night. Sending you all my love, and we will talk soon.